not only the good news today, but I have had a good feeling the last 2 weeks on this, because there has been 5 or 6 people that had questions about various aspects of the bill, but I've always felt that every one of them wanted to get to yes on the bill. They had something big or little here that needed to be fixed in there, and there's been trying to accommodate not only members that were holding out, but even some of us members have supported the bill for a long period of time. There's some things we want changed, and they're trying to accommodate all that, and that gets us to 52, I believe.
Well, let's talk about a few of those senators that had problems. Senator Corker was one. He was worried about the deficit. So now you're talking about these triggers that are troubling some of the senators out there, that if the economy doesn't grow fast enough, maybe you have to trigger some spending cuts so the deficit doesn't balloon. If the economy grows too fast, or it goes faster than you think, then maybe you could see some tax cuts extending beyond that. I mean, are you in favor of some of these sort of after the burner triggers here?
Not really, but let me explain. If they are going to be in the final bill, I have to look at it this way. No one of the 52 senators can have everything their own way. And I was back in the Senate in 1986, the last time we did this 31 years ago. And in the last 30 years, we have made the tax code so complex. None of us have the liberty, once in a generation, of getting everything we want. We have to simplify the tax code. We have to give middle income tax cuts. We have to make our corporations globally competitive.
Senator, another concern that we're hearing, and we can show you one example from a viewer today, he said, why is the Senate denying to individuals the same benefits of tax lot selling that institutions will get? Now, this is a reference, as you probably are aware, of forcing people when they sell their stocks to do it on the first in, first out method. It means they'd have a higher sort of capital gains that they would have to pay. Is this something that is important to you, that you make people do this, or can you come to some agreement where they won't be forced to do that change?
We will be able to come to an agreement, but don't forget, one of the benefits of the business tax cut and the incentives for investment and the predictability of investment is to encourage long-term investment.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I think that's why people are saying, look, we want it to be incentivized to do that. And by the way, to your point about sort of the fairness of the whole bill, the perception in surveys time and again out there is this is going to help corporate America, and it's not really going to help the middle class immediately. Certainly in this area and in California, there's a lot of concern about the spending hit people could take because their taxes are going up on the state and local deduction, as I'm sure you're aware. So what about the idea of bringing that corporate tax rate up to 22 or 23% in order to make all of those other concerns that we're talking about go away?
Well, I'm going to give you an answer pleading my colleagues that there's all sorts of good ideas out there, and that's an idea that ought to be considered. But if we're going to start breaking up into small groups, the 52 of us that are going to take to get this tax change, the first one in 31 years passed, we better not get that specific about finding something wrong with the bill. We have to work together as a group, or it's not going to get done.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.